Everybody wants a mech, and in the 41st millennium, they are called Titans. And luckily, everyone has one. Let's check them out. Titans are robotic walkers, crewed by the likes of mankind and chaos, or that is at least what Titans were originally. Because Xenos races have very similar types of machines or creatures that do what Titans do, with them even being labeled as Titans by the Imperial mankind itself. These things can be impossibly large, being larger than some modern day building, being 40K's equivalent to kaiju fights, like the ones in Ultraman or the giant mech fights of Gundam. Not Godzilla though. What the heck? Get down from there, you silly little guy. Oh. Actual Titans, also known as the cooler sounding God Machines, are built by the Cult Mechanicus, being originally built in the Age of Strife, where their belief in the machine god first began to unify the entirety of Mars underneath the banner of the Cult Mechanicus. The Titans would follow the Mechanicus after they began to expand though. These Titans would help establish the first Forge worlds, who have entire legions of Titans as their military force to defend a planet. Most Titans stand between 15 and 60 meters tall. The Big Daddy class of Titans can stand up to 150 meters in height. Titans can be classified easily into 3 different types because of this. The first class of Titan, which is closer to 50 meters in height, are Scout Titans. They are made to be mobile and be able to perform reconnaissance, or just to provide fire support. They also look like Ed 209 from RoboCop, but are much more deadly because, 40K weapons, with them having small artillery guns on each one of their arms. The class of Titans that stands at about 60 feet are called Battle Titans, and are generally applicable and are used most often, with them being a good middle ground between being mobile, firepower, armor, and size. Most Titan legions are composed primarily of these. The largest class of Titans is the Emperor class, which goes up to 150 meters in height and is considered a walking death sentence on the battlefield. These Titans provide decisive victories to the Titan legions they are employed in, and they go with their pleas, because not a lot can stop them. Emperor class Titans are icons of worships and avatars of the Omnissiah for the Adeptus Mechanicus. They're moving skyscrapers that are hefty and have an entire castle on their shoulders. Just like how you could carry this channel on your shoulders by pressing that subscribe button. Each Titan has its own name in High Gothic, with them consisting of 2 words. Imperial Titans are also considered to be sentient. The amount of sentience ebbs and flows with it sometimes though. The Titan Landor Magnificent was severely psychologically damaged and began attacking everything on sight in its rage. That's metal, in and out. Each Titan can have a different chassis design, with only the basic figure staying the same though, making it so no Imperial Titan is exactly the same. The size of a crew of a Titan is dependent on the size of the Titan. A small crew of 20 could operate a Scout Titan, but an Emperor class Titan needs a small army to keep it running. Each of them should be thought of as basically the crew of a starship, with the size of the crew scaling with the size of the Titan. Chaos Titans are so different though. Most of the Titans that fell to Chaos dedicated themselves to Slaanesh. Most of them also come from the Horus Heresy, with them becoming turncoats with the Chaos Legions. Some of them are salvaged, and some have demon spirits controlling them, with the souls and flesh of the crew combining with the machine. The Gark Mechanicus help them out and serve as the drivers of these Titans, and maintain them. They showcase their personalities and consciousness a lot more though, mainly because they're unstable demons that live inside of them. I'm done talking about stupid, dumb, large, cool machines for a bit though. So instead I'm going to spend some time talking about the Tyranids. Ew! 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 Oh, they're all big giant bugs. And these bugs just keep on getting larger since the Tyranids evolve fastly to combat what they fight. They're made to counter Titans of similar size and excel at close combat, much like the Scorpions or Roaches in real life when they know me and them are in a stalemate. These guys are usually as big as a Scout or Battle class Titans. If they can get as big as 150 meters tall, Emperor help us. And I hope the Salamanders are around. Not only because they're handsome, but they can burn that thing to a crisp. I wonder if they're as protein rich as bugs on Earth though. They might be a good food source instead of corpse starch. These Bio-Titans do not generate their own void shields unlike their Imperial or Ork brethren. Instead, they can rapidly regenerate any lost flesh that has been ripped from their body. They also create bioplasma fields to make it so they can be less susceptible to large arms fire, like volcano cannons. Volcano cannons can usually one-shot most other Titans, with them placing their shots right. And some Bio-Titans were even immune to it. Or at least they used to. I don't think they are anymore. Thank goodness. These things also don't have much in sense of cannons or firepower, but instead use their bladed mandibles, claws, or yucky tentacles to rip and rend other titans apart. They are especially fast compared to other titans. If one catches up to you, especially the Hierophant, which can only be dealt with by bombing it in the surrounding area until nothing stands due to its poisonous spores that it consistently shoots out. Although the Tau don't have titans because they're pretty new to the whole robots and mech stuff, they still do have robotic mechs though. These things can be a little larger than a space marine to being 12 meters tall, and they're called battle suits that are used primarily by the Fire Caste, with them being the emblem of the Tau's military might. Using a battle suit is seen as a high honor by the Fire Warriors. There are a good few of them, but they are small compared to other titans, so let's instead talk about Ork Gargants, baby! Much like the Adeptus Mechanicus, titans being icons of worship for the Omnissiah, the Orks use Gargants as idols to the Ork gods Gork and Mork. They are usually constructed by Ork mechs who have the plans appear to them in a dream. They decide to bring their vision to life by grabbing a bunch of garbage to make their works of art. Much like me gluing various pieces of garbage to my Ork minis. The Gargants get big old armor plates and smoke brewing engines. Usually these Ork mechs are given visions of a Gargant when a wasp starts a brewing. Ork mechs most commonly are producers of battle wagons and other vehicles for Orks like Daka jets, but they can get tired of these vehicles and crave for something more refined. They can start off with a Kilocan, which operates in a capacity like an Ork version of a Space Marine Dreadnought, but eventually a bunch of big mechs get hyped up enough to build a Gargant, with a little help from the previously mentioned visions, of course. They straight up gain knowledge like old school historians, where it appeared to them in a dream. No two Ork Gargants are the exact same due to the Ork mech's own artistic interpretations of Gargants. The only common themes seem to be that it incorporates Ork technology and having iffy at best weapons that nevertheless destroy everything it hits. Gargants are equipped with at least one very orky melee weapon and power fields. These power fields are larger and more resistant than Imperial Titans' void shields, but cannot regenerate. They also have shorter range weapons and weaker armor compared to Imperial Titans, but the best surefire way to take them down is by making its core melt down to its already shoddy Ork construction. Sometimes the Orks go a little bit crazy, and sometimes make an Emperor-class equivalent on very rare occasions. Although it is a bit more stout and not as powerful as an Emperor-class Titan, it does carry a wall full of boys inside, and weapons out of every hole possible. These Mega Gargants are very large and used as tracked vehicles that work like a mobile fortress. No funny stubby legs for this cute guy, he just slides like a vacuum cleaner instead. The Orks never cease to amaze me with their ingenuity. The Necrons don't have any Titans, maybe because they don't need them. Sure, they have some larger units like Monoliths that are big old Happy Meals with Necrons inside of them that atomize people. They also don't move normally and just kind of float, with it still being made out of living metal. The only way to take these out in combat is to give it a nice dosage of sustained fire to hopefully get past all that armor and get to its fragile bits inside. And the Monolith doesn't move very fast compared to everything else. I hope these things make Jetsons car sounds while they move. Eldari are still ever quick and nimble, with their Titans having very thin armor. These are hypermobile with shocking speed. Eldari, instead of using void or power shields, use a thing called holographic field generators that make them extraordinarily hard to target. But it is max mobility and damage with no health. If they get hit once, they're hurt badly. Eldar Titans are also different because they are moved by the spirits of craft worlds. In fact, the whole joint is made out of wraithbone because they're super lightweight and durable. The pilot of one of these up to 25 meter tall Titans is an Eldar that is required to cyclically link with the spirits in the wraithbone. This allows the Eldar to move in these Titans as if it was their own body. The Eldar spirits also help enhance the pilot's skills with their ancient knowledge too, with many different makes and models. And that's what I got for Titans, or things close to Titans in the 41st millennium. I didn't even get to talk about the ever sweet and succulent Imperial Knights, and their own culture. I'll make sure to talk about them and cover them sometime soon. What do you think about the Titans? Too big for Smash, or big enough to smash? Is there something I missed that you want to tell me? Or do you want to request me to cover something later on? Make sure to tell me in the comments down below, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video to see more like it. Until next video, fellas.